It's rare when a YouTube channel hits it big.
And even more rare when it becomes as massive as it did in such a short period of time.
We're going to look at the rise of the internet comedy channel, YeahMad TV.
We're going to see where the channel is now with all the recent drama.
Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this content.
And without further waiting, let's get into it.
This is the cast of YeahMad, and this is what they're about.
I went to a paraplegic strip club the other day. The place was crawling with poo.
What's the difference between 3 cocks and a joke?
What?
Abby can't take a joke.
As you can tell, they essentially are playing You Laugh, You Lose, or what they call raise your spirits. So if they laugh, they take a shot. Simple.
You can tell just from watching this, they clearly have good chemistry and even a better time. And above everything else, are undoubtedly talented comedians.
With this level of talent, it's no surprise how much the channel and their clips have exploded in popularity.
But what you don't see from these stats is the drama that has been brewing behind the scenes and has recently surfaced with the following cast members.
Sammy, Andrew, Akila, Abby, and Alan. These 5 are the ones that are taking the spotlight, which is nothing out of the ordinary for these talented comics. However, it's not what you would have expected. These comics who have been working as comedic talent on YeahMad for the past year or so have decided to call it quits on the popular comedy show and pursue their own ventures.
There are many rumors about what happened to make these comics leave. So let's take a look from what we know from the cast and some of the speculating rumors that have been bouncing around the internet. According to each of their Instagram posts, they have all essentially said the following. We're grateful for what the community has built, but we're sorry that we're leaving. But, to quote Alan's post, never fear. You'll hear about some exciting new developments very soon, which of course is very optimistic.
So what does that tell us? They're clearly parting ways with YeahMad TV. But why? Well, according to a Reddit thread from Compost Malone, the cast was paid 200 Australian dollars, or roughly $128 American, per day of work and signed contracts a little more than a year ago. They would film 5 to 6 episodes per day, which would then get aired over the course of the next 1 to 1.5 months. So the cast members will only make like $128 from the channel over that period of time, while the channel itself would rack up thousands upon thousands of dollars in profit. Now, a year ago, for a bunch of unknowns from not so wealthy backgrounds, getting paid anything to crack jokes and get drunk with friends would sound pretty cool. But since then, the channel gained millions of subscribers thanks to their work and started bringing tens of thousands of dollars in profits from views every month, not to mention additional income from sponsor deals and merch sales. Understandably, the cast was not cool with just getting paid their low amount on their contracts anymore. So once their 1-year contracts neared expiration, they wanted to renegotiate with the channel management for the new ones, where they would be able to make a percentage of YeahMad's profits. Ben, the channel owner, turned that down and fired those who wanted more money, while some others left on their own in solidarity.
So, what this tells us is the cast members believe that they are not being compensated fairly. What this does not tell us is what contract they are most likely involved in. So, though it was most likely agreed upon at some point due to the massive amount of money this channel is probably making, they deserve a raise or a bonus, and it's a fairly reasonable request to make.
Now, on to what the channel could be making. YeahMad has garnered over 408 million views on their channel since its creation in 2022, which has only seen 1 cast and a few other members here and there. And according to the average RPM for Australia, which is about $3, the channel could have been making nearly $90,000 a month.
So even with overhead costs, editors, cameras, all that business, they're clearly making crazy good money from YouTube. This isn't even considering all the sponsorship opportunities they've probably been offered. They even did well with Manscaped.
The lawnmower from the Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra.
Manscaped, let us know if you want to sponsor us. Now again, this is all speculative, and we don't know when they became monetized for their content. But even if their RPM was on the small side of average, around $1 or so, it's still looking at around $30,000 a month.
Now, if you're trying to make it in the comedy world, any exposure is good, and having the opportunity to get paid to harness your craft while you're doing what you love doing, that's even better. Now, I would agree that the comics did deserve to be paid more. However, if they did have a contract in place that was obligated for a much lower amount, I completely understand the viewpoint from YeahMad itself.
So, can YeahMad succeed with the new cast? We shall see. But they did have a genuine gem of a group with their OG cast. And only time will tell what the future successes follow the channel, and more importantly, the beloved OG cast that has departed from the channel. And remember, if you missed them already, check them out right here. And make sure to follow them to keep up with what I'm sure will be amazing content going forward.
To YeahMad, the channel itself, we look forward to seeing what the future holds for you. To the OG cast of YeahMad, good luck. And over here at WeAreTasty, we support you, and we're very excited to see the new things that you work on.